Hey guys, and welcome to another episode of Any Thoughts.
Today we are talking about live action movies that were originally animated movies.
Yeah, more like what people need to do to improve these animated movies that are live action now.
Well, I mean, they're not all bad, but a majority of them are.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
Alright, so let's get started.
Alright, so we have recently seen the live action version of Attack on Titans. And it... describe it in one word what you thought of it, Dan.
Travis-mockery.
A what? I think he just broke the dictionary, you guys. What does that word even mean?
It's a travesty, a shammery, and a mockery, and a...
And that's Dan's random word for the week, you guys.
Travis-mockery.
Oh, there you go. Well, here's my one word for it. To me, it was a complete and utter failure. Failure would be my word. Now, why do you think yours was a Travis-mockery?
I mean, it was just like it didn't follow anything like close to what to what the storyline is.
Yeah,
I mean,
if you guys don't know and you haven't seen Attack on Titans, this is Mikasa. She's one of the main characters. So for those, and here's my opinion, and it's going to be this way for most of what the ones we describe. If you have seen the animated version, most of the time you're not going to like the live action. If you've not seen the animated version, the live action may be okay.
It's mainly because they don't follow like what the storyline is, and I'm not sure why. I don't know if it's because they think that they don't have the ability to do what they do in the anime and the mangas.
Well, in this instance, for the Attack on Titan, I think they did. They just changed it.
Yeah, Attack on Titan, like, it would have been fine had they have followed the storyline. It wasn't perfect by any means,
no,
but it would have been way better had they have just stuck with what the storyline in the anime and the manga were.
Right.
Because what they did was so far from...
They stretched it so far.
What the anime is, that it was like, what are you guys even making?
It wasn't even the same series anymore. Like the two main characters that were supposed to be sort of a love interest, they weren't even a love interest anymore.
Right.
And it's ridiculous.
And just everything, like, and I'm saying like a lot. But no, they, like, Aaron's reason for hating the Titans was changed. Mm-hmm. Like, there almost wasn't a reason for him to keep hating the Titans because of the way they changed the storyline. So, I mean, just the whole thing.
It made no sense, guys. Like, it...
By the way, spoiler alert, because there's probably going to be a lot of... If you guys haven't seen any of these anime or stuff that we're talking about right now, because... probably going to give away a lot of stuff.
Yeah. But, well, there is a second one that's coming out in theaters, I think, in a week or two. As a continuation of the first Attack on Titans movie. They've advertised it. I'm not planning on seeing it. I don't know about you.
I'm not going to pay to see it. If I can eventually at some point in the future watch it for free, I might consider it. But... I wouldn't pay to watch it, that's for sure. Like, if they have it on YouTube at some point in the distant future, or it's, like, free on Netflix or something.
Or it's on Crunchyroll since we already have the account.
But other than that, I wouldn't pay to watch that movie.
It's just... I mean, I've even said this on Facebook, on my personal one. It's bad. It is. It doesn't follow the story. Now, the good thing that I liked about this movie is they seem to capture what the Titans would have looked like.
Yeah.
They did that really well.
They made the Titans look like Titans, would look in real life, and it was kind of creepy.
Yeah, it was very creepy.
and they got the ODM gear, like the way that works. I mean, like they did everything as far as that goes, right? But everything else was just like...
The Colossal Titan was awesome.
Yeah, but it was just like, what are you guys
doing? The storyline was all screwed up.
Because they just massacred the storyline,
man. Just... The only one that was, like, particularly towards her own character was actually Potato Girl.
Yeah.
That was it, guys. That was all. The rest of the characters were so far-fetched it wasn't even funny.
Well, no, not really. Because wasn't she the one that had the kid?
No, not Potato Girl.
Oh, that wasn't her? Oh, okay.
No.
I don't know. Anyways, there was some crazy
There was a random chick.
Random girl that wanted Eren and...
Yeah, wanted Eren, if you get it.
She got eaten by a Titan.
Yeah, it was... That whole scene was just weird. If you guys see the movie, you'll know what we're talking about. But anyway, let's move on. We have some...
So, what are some other examples of, like, bad ones that were just like... Ugh.
Okay, well, for me, the first one, and any anime fan would agree with me on this, the Dragon Ball movie. Not going to say that much on this because everybody's beating this one to death. But just the way that they did this movie was just stupid. I remember walking out of that theater going, what did I just watch? That wasn't even like Dragon Ball or Dragon Ball Z at all. It was like a mesh of the two that somebody just, like, it fell off the edge of the earth and then they tried to recapture it. It was terrible. What's the other one?
I'm not a huge Dragon Ball fan, and I watched the movie and was kind of like, eh.
Yeah, and you hadn't really seen any of the Dragon Ball Z.
And I hadn't really seen any of Dragon Ball.
I was a huge fan when I saw this.
Or any of it, so.
The second one, he's never even seen this one, but this is another one I saw, was another animated thing, Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Right.
The series, and if you guys have heard of The Legend of Korra, that was the first one they did, was Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Yeah, that came before.
Right. So, they tried to make a live-action movie out of it. I didn't think it was that great. A lot of the stuff they did, it just didn't light up. You guys may disagree with me on it, but it was another one of those flop movies where you're like, why did they make this? It doesn't make any sense. Okay, I'm done ranting on animes. What else do we have?
So, like, outside of just anime, there's... you can go into, like, comics and go back to, like, the old... I guess they wouldn't be considered anime, but they'd be, like, cartoons.
Right.
And they've made them into, like
live
what, for
action. Example?
Like, for me, from my childhood, Transformers would be one.
So this guy right here.
And when I say Transformers, it's pretty much the movies. And, like... The newest one, which was Age of Extinction,
I loved that movie.
Was pretty good.
I love how they brought the dinosaurs into it.
I like that they basically got rid of everybody from the other movies
and did a clean slate
and started over with new cast, because that was really my biggest issue with the other one, was the cast, because it was terrible. But over, like, what they make, 3 of them?
Mm-hmm.
So the first 3, the Transformers got, like, better and better, but they still never looked, I mean, like, you look at the way this looks, I mean, this is the original look, They never looked the same. They basically changed it, which, I mean, I guess isn't bad, because you're trying to bring it to a new generation.
Right.
And they keep making new... Transformers cartoons and stuff too, and they all look the same.
Yeah, they have a new anime coming out of Japan.
But then another one for me that's like more comic book, but then they also had a cartoon of it when I was a kid that I really loved. Even though I was never a huge fan of the comic book character, I loved the cartoon, and that was Spider-Man.
Oh.
And when you watch the Spider-Man with Tobey Maguire, I'm just like... Nope. I don't do Spider-Man movies anymore.
He's a sissy boy? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I just... Like, okay. I know they came out with the 2, like, new, like, The Amazing Spider-Man, and everyone said they're, like, really good, but I'm just like, I don't do Spider-Man movies anymore. They ruined it for me. And I'm like, eh.
Well, I mean, I agree with you in some of those aspects. Oh, poor thing.
Sorry, I'm getting over being sick.
But I agree with him in some of those aspects with that some of the acting left much to be desired. Now, the guy that played Goblin, I thought that he was a good
He
cast.
did pretty good, and Doc Ock.
Doc Ock was good.
Pretty good.
And the guy that was over the newspaper, the crazy old guy that was over the newspaper, he was good. I'm sorry, guys, I do not know actors' names, but they were so good. And
they were pretty good.
The rest of the cast just ruined it. I mean, Tobey Maguire just was not. Tobey Maguire, his best Spider-Man I think he did was when they brought Venom in and he had to be evil. I think that was his best. I mean, y'all may disagree. If y'all disagree, let us know. But I thought that was good.
Because by the time I watched the first one and the second one, I was like, nope, I'm done.
All right. Well, the last one we have on here, you guys may or may not agree with us on this. Alice in Wonderland.
And I'm talking about the Johnny Depp one,
yes,
right?
the Johnny Depp one.
Mm-hmm. The one that they did like a couple years ago.
And they actually have a sequel coming out soon.
Yeah, which I'm like, But like the cartoon, if you ever remember the Alice in Wonderland cartoon, that was like really good.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know. I just didn't like. It was too Tim Burton-y for me, which is probably who produced it. I don't even know. I'd have to look it up. But
I think it's
it
for
was
a
way
certain
too
audience.
Tim Burton.
We're for a certain audience, I think.
It was like, I didn't care for it.
I didn't either. I like the original better. It's not as off the wall.
Yeah, it was way too like.
But anyway, let's give them some examples of some good ones that we think.
Well, don't we have a couple more? Oh yeah, no, we got good ones now, right?
It's good ones.
Yeah. So
let's list these off and then we'll talk about them. Okay, first one is Death Note. The second one is Iron Man. Third one is Superman, and the fourth one is 101 Dalmatians.
Yeah, so I'll let.
So we have a cluster here.
I'll let Becca speak to the Death Note one because I haven't seen any of those.
For those who don't know, if you're not a huge anime fan, Death Note is an anime. And it started out as an anime. But they did make, I think it was 2 or 3 live-action movies. I liked the live-action movies. Maybe y'all will disagree. I wasn't that huge of a fan of the anime. Sorry, guys. And I didn't make it through it, just like I didn't make through Inuyasha. But the Death Note movies to me were pretty good. I thought they did really good on the CGI characters that they did. It was very comical. I thought they pretty much stayed kind of true for the most part to the anime about what the Death Note journal was and how it worked. So that's my opinion on it. Now, did you want to talk about Iron Man?
Yeah, I'll talk about Iron Man and Superman real quick. So like Iron Man, I remember watching like an old cartoon of it when I was, well, it probably wasn't that old when I was a kid, but it's old now. The cartoon, and then just watching like, Robert Downey Jr. play Tony Stark, and he is Tony Stark. He literally is Tony Stark. He is. Like, he just, that role is
made
him.
For him.
Like, there's no one else that can fill that role. So if they try to reboot with someone else, I'm not sure I would like it, because it's just they picked
perfect
like
person.
When you watch the old cartoons, he was so egomaniacal that it's just like, it's him. Like, it is him. And then like the Superman ones, you watch any of the old Superman cartoons, or and just pick a Superman movie, and they've pretty well done pretty good with them. Especially the new one that they just did, Man of Steel, and then they're coming out with Batman vs Superman. That one's going to be really good, I think.
I can't wait.
And then what is the other one? Like the old Christopher Reeve Supermans. I really like those.
I've never actually seen any of those.
So when you watch like the old like Justice League cartoons, or
Or the original, like, Batman cartoons.
What was it? Super Friends? Was that it? No, that's not it. Anyways, yeah, whatever the old, like, animated ones, those, I mean, it's just, like, spot on, you know? I mean, they did good. So, anyways.
And the suits look cool.
Next one?
The next one is 101 Dalmatians. Now, I am one of these kids that loved the original, the animated version.
From the 60s?
But when they came, I'm not that old, but when they came out with the live action version, and I watched that for the first time, it was amazing.
Yeah,
Glenn Close was
perfect as Cruella.
Perfect. Not saying anything bad about her, but for the role, she was amazing.
Yeah, she was spot on.
She was awesome. And some of the other characters they got to play in that were just... Yeah. I look back now, and somebody mentioned to me the other day that one of the bad guys, I think it was... I don't remember, Horace and Jasper, but one of them was actually... He plays in Lord of the Rings now.
He's, well, the one I'm thinking of is Hugh Laurie, which he's also Dr. House from House MD, and then he's been in some other stuff.
Yeah, I mean, so they've really gone on. A lot of these people have gone on to make big movies and stuff. But yeah, it was phenomenal. I like the little extra dogs and stuff like that they put in there. So it was great, and they really kept the spirit alive of the original cartoon version. They did a fantastic job. They even gave the dogs, even though they couldn't speak, they gave them personalities in the live action. So it was great. Now we're going to talk about. We're just going to list these off really quick. They have been released, or they are some upcoming movies to look forward to that are going to be some live action from animation. Out. So what are they, Dan?
The one that I'm probably most apprehensive about, because I really like the movie, is they're coming out with a Ghost in the Shell.
Me too.
They've cast Angelina Jolie, I guess, to be...
I thought it was Scarlett Johansson.
Oh, Scarlett Johansson, sorry. I don't know.
Scarlett Johansson.
But anyways, whatever. Whoever I'm thinking of. Some Hollywood actress.
Yeah.
But anyways, Ghost in the Shell, and then I think Black Butler is going to be one of them.
Black Butler has already been released.
Okay, what are
in Japan.
The other ones?
Well, the other two, I've heard that there's going to be a High School Host Club one released. And then the last one that I know is going to be coming out is Beauty and the Beast.
Yeah.
And that one, I'm trying to remember her name. She played Hermione in Harry Potter.
Oh.
I don't remember her name.
I don't know.
But anyway, she's playing Belle. So, I mean, I've seen a few pictures. It looks like it's going to be good, but some of these I'm a little apprehensive about.
Well, I mean, we saw the previews for, the Attack on Titan movie, and that looked good too. So, I mean...
You never know. But anyway, what do you guys think? I mean, do you agree with us? Do you not agree with us? Do you have any extras that we didn't mention? Anyway.
Yeah, give us your thoughts. Leave some comments down below.
And don't forget to check out some of our other videos and like us on Facebook and Twitter. We have a lot of information we post over there.
And again, if you guys have suggestions or ideas for what you want for upcoming episodes, again, leave those comments down below. And we thank you guys for your support and... thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.
All right, so until next time, keep your stories straight.
And do the series justice.
See you guys.
Bye.